What do you say? Welcome, we're the Screen Slaves. I'm Kane. To my left, Missy.
Yep.
Let's say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
You fucking. All right. This is our next episode in our little series of movies from 2019. This is our most disappointing movies from 2019. Would you take it away with your first honorable mention?
Just want to explain. This is movies that either had really good trailers or we were hyped or
True.
people said they were good and then we saw them and we were like, ew.
Yeah, so we had to have had some kind of...
Or we thought they were going to be 9s and 10s and they were like 7s. So it's not necessarily that they're the worst, but
True.
they made us disappointed. All right. Coming in at number 5, I have Replicas. What?
I'm trying to remember if Replicas was on my... Yeah, Replicas was on mine. Replicas is my fourth honorable mention.
Okay, so Replicas, Keanu Reeves, he's a bae, he's a daddy.
All right, hurry.
But basically, I don't know how to explain it without giving it away.
How's that? We don't.
Why does it say it's from 2017? Oh, that's right.
It's
It
all right.
came out in 2017.
This is all right. This is why it's on my list, is because we were looking for this movie for so fucking long and didn't stream anywhere, and it was so hard to find. And then we finally got to see it because the trailer looked kind of cool, and it's Keanu, and it's average at best. So
Yeah,
that's the best way to describe Replicas.
yeah, and it's so bizarre because it seemed amazing in every way, and then you watch it and you're bored.
Concept's cool as well, like robots.
Yeah.
Replicating.
It's supposed to give you the feels, and it's supposed to be cool, and instead it was just like, oh, Keanu, why?
Well, it took my fourth honorable.
You're
So
welcome.
I'm going to have to go with my fifth, and that is Brightburn.
Yeah. That was nearly on my
Brightburn, man,
list.
I was so hyped for Dark Superman.
Right?
Like, and if anything, I think the trailer gave away too much, but I was still hyped from it. Producer James Gunn, it's got Elizabeth Banks in it. She's an alright actor. But the premise of this movie of being Dark Superman and everything about that just says awesome to me, and it looked like it had a good budget to it. And I guess what I was expecting an 8 was maybe a 6 at best, I think. Like, it has its moments. Kid's creep. I will say the kid is kind of creepy. And, like, without spoiling much, I actually did kind of like the ending, but that's, what do you reckon? Should we just full spoil or not?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
But I will say a couple of things about this movie. It's not what you think when you think Dark Superman. And it's also got some great gore and violence in it that did bring it up a bit. But overall,
Another one of those things, if you watched our worst movies of 2019, is it was just missing something.
and unfortunately, I can't even pinpoint what was missing. There was just something about this that looked A grade but felt B grade.
There's a certain style of the way they do movies of
I
like,
forgot about that.
yeah, some good gore, but I think that's the difference between, you know, higher class actors and lower class and camera work and all that. That all adds up.
I feel like they're missing the extra people that are in the studio that go, hey, you know how you're taking in this direction? Stop it. So whoever's job that was supposed to be, you're done fucked up.
Brightburn, watch it. It's still got its
Yeah,
moments.
like watch it. It's not bad, but considering what we
Disappointing.
expected,
Yeah,
disappointing
that's on us.
on them.
What is your, what's your third? What's your actual?
Do you mean what's my fourth?
What's your fourth? Since you took mine. Greedy bastard.
Aladdin.
Aladdin is your fourth.
Yeah.
Guess what? Aladdin is my second.
So I'm a huge Disney fan, always have been since I was a kid. I find this movie really hard to critique because obviously nothing's going to be like an animated version.
Yeah.
But hated Aladdin, hated Jasmine, hated Jafar.
Oh, Jafar.
However, once I got to the mindset of almost pretending that this had nothing to do with the cartoon
Yeah.
version, I could appreciate it for what it is. I could look at the visuals. I could appreciate the different cast and the aspects and the costumes, and it's not the worst. And I didn't hate it as much as everyone else seemed to. But Jafar was bloody weird, like creepy uncle weird.
No, I think he wasn't creepy uncle enough. That's the point.
Creepy cousin. Then he was quite young. I don't know. There were just all these things wrong with it, and honestly, I feel like I'm one of the only people that didn't mind Will Smith.
No, I didn't mind him. He had his moments. Like, you look past the whole. He was never going to replace Robin Williams. Like,
No, and do you know what? I actually really appreciate that he brought his own spin to it.
Yeah.
That it wasn't trying to copy him. He brought his own flair. Like, I think considering it was the best we were going to get.
I don't think that. Yeah, they were never going to do better.
No. So it definitely had its good parts, but overall, this was one of those movies where I don't know what they could do better. But this was a disappointment for me. I watched it and I was just kind of like, that was a movie.
To be fair, I feel like once I saw the trailer, it's weird to put it on my list because I kind of knew I was going to be disappointed.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw the trailer and
that first one.
We were like, oh fuck, and then we saw the next trailer and we're like, ooh, better. And then we saw the movie and it was just like, oh, you know, it's a movie that we watched. Had its moments.
Fuck, I just remembered the Girl Power song when they put their original song into it.
I can't remember that. I'm glad.
You blocked that one out.
I am going to watch it again.
Oh yeah, it's worth at least one more
Probably
watch.
once more.
Alright, so that was your...
That was number 4.
Yeah, because you stole my second and you stole my 4th. So what have I got left? My 3rd is Hellboy. Man, this trailer looked fucking over the top, batshit insane. I love the first 2 Hellboys. And this one looks really cool. Like, he's got a nice, realistic, gritty look to him. Blood, gore. The theme here, we like gore. Fucking, what's her name? Resident Evil chick? Mila Jovovich, whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
This
trailer looked so good. It looked really fun and over the top and crazy. And it's got fucking, what's his name? Ian McShane coming off of John Wick. So, like, he's pretty cool right now. And holy shit. I just remember watching this movie and being like, how can you show me such cool creatures and a cool world and I'm not enjoying it?
Remember the trailer and we were so hyped. And then
this
we watched
almost
the
made
movie.
number 1, to be honest.
Yeah, look, honestly, this was rough, and I can't hate it. So it's not on disappointing for me. It's not on worst for me.
Yeah.
But I remember watching this and just being like, oh man, damn. I love I don't know his real name, so he doesn't get one. I love Hopper
from Stranger
Things. I loved him in this. And I enjoyed the cast. I enjoyed the story, but it was just wrong. There was something so wrong with it.
I'm looking at this right now. I thought, like,
remember?
This looks so, like, cool and over the top.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling so underwhelmed by it.
Yeah, there's a lot that's underwhelming.
I feel like they may have shoved too much into it of no proper direction. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if it would have been better to even try and make 2 movies out of it and just break it up and not make it feel as rushed and bizarre.
Maybe that's it, that rushed.
Trying to get as many wow factors into it as possible. Like, because when you think about it, there's a lot in this. But it all just felt, I don't know, bizarre? Anyway.
I think it's just, too much shoved into it.
And look at the trailer! Far out! Like, oh man.
Yeah. I was very disappointed. But in saying that, I still probably will give the movie another watch. Like, I think maybe going into it not so hyped, maybe the second time with my expectations tempered, it might actually be quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I honestly think I wouldn't mind watching it again and now just enjoying that I can take time to pick up the little bits and pieces that I do like in it and not be wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah. What's your 3rd or 2nd?
So now we're up to 3rd. Coming in at 3rd for disappointing is Us.
Us. This made your disappointing list.
It did.
I'm interested. Go on.
I was so fucking hyped for this movie. And I don't know if it's my fault. I don't know if it's society's fault. I was fucking ready for this movie. I was so keen. And now I'm remembering how excited I was and I'm annoyed again. I even won tickets to the premiere in our state.
Oh,
And
fucking.
oh my God. Like, okay. I didn't like so many little minor things in it, but the overall problem was the fact that the story was just a little bit too ridiculous. I enjoy movies that are supernatural or horror or whatever, but you can almost imagine them happening, and this was not like that. Also, the fact that the ending was shit. I don't know.
Yeah, the ending was something.
And it's annoying because the cast is brilliant. Like, goddamn, they're creepy and unnerving.
Yeah.
And then there are these brutal, like aggression, blood and gut scenes, and it's so good. And then it gets bad, you know? Like it ebbs off, and I don't know. You honestly, if you never saw it, I don't know how you didn't, because fuck was this popular. But I'd really like to know in the comments what you thought of this, if you found it disappointing. Like,
look, coming up, all right, this is like Jordan Peele coming off of Get Out, which was a fantastic movie. This was good, but it wasn't Get Out level, and I think he tried to get that again.
mm-hmm.
And like you said, I was just a bit too unrealistic in a weird way. Like, Jesus, some of these things are creepy now.
I know,
keep looking back
remembering
at
it.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre to me, though, because I didn't like Get Out.
That's, I think, another one you got to watch again.
I'm going to. I've got to watch Get Out again, because I know that for so many people it's just incredible. And I'm like, do I need to watch it with a different mindset? Was I distracted that day? Like, there's so many different things that can change a movie's outcome for me. But I don't know. There was just something about this where I expected a 9 or a 10, and I left feeling like it was a 7. And it's as simple as that. It's not bad. A 7's bloody good.
Yes.
But I expected a 9. And yep.
There's also another one of those movies I had to like go and read up about, and I got people with different interpretations.
Yeah,
and
we
shit,
had arguments about it, and we Googled it, and we were looking at discussion boards, and
like, I don't feel stupid when I come up with an idea and then I look and then everyone else has got the same different idea.
Yeah.
But then when everyone else is interpreting it in different ways, it's like, I don't think the director 100% got what he was trying to get across.
No,
and if that's what he wanted, it didn't come across that way either, because it doesn't feel like a movie that was supposed to be interpreted in different ways.
No, it feels like it's supposed to have a very linear story and a very understandable ending to it, and that you just basically see it, get the story, that's it. But the fact that people have, I guess, whole argument forums about it, it's like something was lost in translation there. I do highly recommend seeing it. I was going to say,
in saying that, it wasn't on my list. I very much enjoyed this movie. I still think it didn't hit, like I said, coming off of Get Out.
No.
But still very enjoyable. It's still like an 8 to me.
Yeah.
I'd go as high as an 8.
I do think it's my own fault for being as excited, but at the same time, don't hype me with trailers. Fuck you.
Trailer's pretty good. Actually, rewatching it, I'm like, whoa.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah, we should watch it again.
Okay, we're going to watch it again.
We're going to watch us. All right. And my number 1, you've still got 2 left, don't you?
I sure do.
All right, go your second one, and then we'll go mine.
All right. My second one is The Lion King.
My number 1 is The Lion King.
I figured. This is my favorite movie from growing up.
This is my favorite, childhood movie.
Yeah.
Watched it every day. Could quote every line.
Yeah, same.
Loved it.
I watched it every single day, and then I watched the sequel. Only one of them, though. I'm not watching that 1.5 and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no one speaks to that one.
I collect merchandise for this movie. I'm very much into The Lion King. And so when I first saw the trailer for this, I cried. It was one of those moments where I just thought, my God, if they do this properly, this is just going to be magical for so many people, for people that grew up with The Lion King, for people that can now show it to their kids. Like, oh my God.
It's funny because I was just thinking my disappointment started with the cast. When they named, James Earl to play Mufasa again. And I got so excited. I'm like, the original voice, come on, bring back Jeremy Irons to do Scar, who's my favorite character in it.
Yeah.
And then they didn't bring back Jeremy Irons. I was like, okay, why aren't you doing that? And then I saw what they were doing with the cast, and that just started to piss me off, because it was like I was so hyped for this movie, And I'm talking hyped back when I heard they were doing a live action Lion King. But as this information came out about it, I just started getting more upset.
Yeah. I don't fight me, internet. I don't like Beyonce. So the fact that she got to do the voice acting for Nala shits me to tears because she's a great singer. I'm not going to stand here and say that she's not a talented fucking singer because she is. But for some reason, her voice acting did not do it for me. And there was quite a few people like that. Like James L. Jones.
Holy shit, the voice acting of
Like-
fucking these people. They're actors. They're not voice actors.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
So James L. Jones, there's one particular scene in this where Simba's in grave danger and he gets warned. And it's like, oh, Simba. And James L. Jones manages to sound not only completely uncaring, but also a little bit confused as to who the fuck Simba is. Instead of being like, oh my God, my son, he's like, Simba? And then his character runs off to find his son.
It's
It
not
was
even
bad.
over exaggerating. It was really that bad. And
It's bad.
it showed, like, you know, I play a lot of video games, I watch a lot of anime and cartoons and shit like that. And a voice actor is a very different job. And they got real actors to try and do voice acting. For some reason, the only one who had any real experience with it should have been able to redo his own role again, but he couldn't for some reason. And that's the most depressing part about it.
Yeah.
He was the worst part.
And I don't know why they would keep some people and replace others. I really didn't like Timon and Pumbaa at first.
Well, because Timon loves the cock.
Timon really did sound like he was the new member of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, the Fab Five. But do you know what? He grew on me, and
He
so
did.
did Pumbaa. And they were different to the original, as expected. Nothing's replacing that. But they grew on me. Zazu was
Ooh.
meh, could have done without him. He wasn't the worst. Scar grew on me.
I was going to say, like I said, Scar's my favorite character and Jeremy Irons is my favorite voice for it.
Yes.
The fact that he could even slightly grow on me is impressive.
Yeah. I mean, his song, obviously it's a different take on Scar's brilliant fucking song from the
Yeah.
original.
Be prepared.
Yeah. It was good. Like, it gave me shivers.
The way it starts, I think, when you realize
Yeah.
he's giving a speech and you're like, oh, wait a minute, he's doing the
Yeah.
song. And I'm like, that was actually done pretty well.
Yeah.
And that was probably the only one I actually enjoyed.
And look, I'm not going to say that this movie didn't give me the feels, because when this first started and it's panning out over the African desert and rah, rah, I was
it's
crying.
Beautiful. It's fucking
I was
beautiful
fucking crying.
movie.
It was beautiful. But I think it's one of those movies where you have to really disconnect it from what you remember of the cartoon. And you need to just either enjoy it for what it is or give it a miss.
No, just enjoy the visuals. The visuals alone for this are so beautiful. It is worth the watch just for that.
Oh, yeah. Look, to be fair, it's worth at least one watch. But if you're a Lion King fan and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking love this, don't buy it. Just rent
Hey, wait,
it.
and all right, I'll even be like, if they got the best voice actors, it wouldn't even matter because the anime, they didn't change the way the faces moved and they had no expression. So even if the voice actors had the most expression in the world, it wouldn't have come through as much.
I feel
because
like I'm literally the only person that thought that the faces were great.
I think they're so dead.
I think finding the mix of like moving mouths but keeping it realistic, it gives the illusion of like, yeah, these animals are talking without greatly exaggerated eyebrows and mouths.
They don't have to greatly exaggerate. Look, maybe this is where if the voice actors were good, they could have conveyed those emotions through better.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at a character and they're trying to say something in a weird dramatic way, but they're just looking at you with this dead look,
But I guess that's not what I saw because I was seeing the animal body language matching the monologue. So
not all of us watch lions every day.
lions
so.
are my favorite animals.
Yeah.
Suck my ass. Look, I don't know. My only other issue with this was that they made Beyonce do it in a way that was like, woo, girl power, and that shit me.
That sassy moment.
Yeah, like when she's getting all the lionesses to fight the hyenas and she's like, let's go, girls, or whatever she says. I cringed, and then my cringed. So thanks, Beyonce.
All right, you got a final one, don't you?
My final, most disappointing, overhyped movie of 2019 was Avengers Endgame. Fuck that movie.
Holy shit, this almost made my list.
Infinity War was brilliant.
It was really
Like,
good.
it was a 9 or a 10. Like, fucking amazing. This is like the thing that's ending half the characters and it's wrapping everything up
The
before they
end.
start a new
It's like 20
chapter.
movies, 10 years.
Yes. I
And-
hated this.
oh.
I hated it. I fucking hated it. And I'm remembering it and getting annoyed again. We went and saw this as a group, all of us together,
Yeah.
group of like 6 or 7 of us. And we were so excited because we are such big Marvel fans. And I'm one of the people that will defend Marvel against haters.
Hey, I like Marvel, but I'll tear into them
When
all the
they deserve
time
it,
because, yeah, they've got all the reasons to
They're
tear
not
into
like faultless, like God. But this movie disappointed me in ways I didn't know I could be disappointed. You know, like, and the more I think about it, yeah, there's a handful of moments where I'm like, this is good.
Oh no, it's got a bunch
But
of
that's
great
not what it
moments,
should be
but,
like.
yeah.
It should be the whole movie. You're just like emotionally invested and
That's
like
what I was thinking.
excited and just
I thought
God.
Infinity War was action and excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was going to be the emotional ending. And people, like, if you look, spoilers, you haven't fucking seen this already. It's Endgame, okay? It is officially the biggest movie in the world now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what, 2 people died? Because they're ready to make more franchises and continue it going. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you guys could have went all out and fucking killed off some characters and gave them the ending that they should have had. Instead, you kept everyone alive because you want to make more money doing shows. And that pissed me off so much.
I think if I had to sum up my disappointment in one word or let's go one phrase, it would be I am Iron Man. I hate it.
This is where I think we mustn't be the Marveliest of Marvel fans because, you know, I enjoy most of these movies. I fucking hated that line.
Yeah.
And there's people that will, like, die on that hill saying that was the best line because it brings it back to the first movie.
It shouldn't have to bring it back.
How's about he fucking grew up or something? I don't know. Do something where the character develops.
How about your wife's over there? Like, just anything. Not I am Iron Man. Like, fuck. Remembering it, it's annoying me. It was so disappointing. I've never been so excited and expecting so much from a movie, particularly one of that budget, of that cast, of everything that it could have been. And especially considering the one before it was a 9.5. It was brilliant. This was like a 6 or 7, if that. I think it was a 6.5 for me. I just can't.
I think it's a good. See, to me, this is still a good, like, almost great movie, but it could have been up there, but then they missed so many opportunities. And hey, that's the whole point of being disappointed. Is it missed the mark on what I wanted and what I thought should happen, and maybe it's because I know that they're just keeping everyone alive because they want to make money, and that's what brings it down for me.
I mean, I didn't get that impression from it, but there was enough wrong with it that I was annoyed.
But it is that. Like,
No, it is. I mean, they've instantly turned around and they're bringing out shows and
yeah, I
movies
know. Like,
for
before
everyone,
the fucking
so...
movie even aired, we were already hearing about the other shit, and it's
Yeah.
like when I went to this, I'm like, no one's gonna die. Like, this isn't an end. This is a stepping ground to the next movies that are coming out, and it
Yeah.
should have been an end of a fucking beautiful 20 movie build up.
The only thing I will say that is good about Tony Stark dying and the way that he died is the way that they touch on it in the new Spider-Man movies. I like that more than I liked the movie. So, yeah, I don't know, boy.
Also, you want to go, all right, let's end this out with the actual most disappointing moment of 2019.
Yes.
And that is all the girls thinking they actually could contribute in any way to helping Captain Marvel get over. What is it to get that Infinity Club?
Do you ever have those moments where you wish you weren't? Anyway, I saw that.
That is our list of most disappointing. Fuck, these keep getting longer, and I thought we were gonna make these tighter, but damn.
So tight.
Look,
Right. Honestly, if you want to argue about these ones, come at us. Come on us.
fucking.
Like,
I was about to say
let's
that.
go.
I'm everywhere.
We're mad now. I'm glad that we got the negative ones out before the good ones, because now I've got that angry energy.
that angry, excited energy, or you want to like, yeah, I want to talk about the good shit.
Sure, that's what we'll say.
I think these ones are overhyped. Think about the next video where we're talking about the ones that we're actually hyped for seeing next.
I
from
know.
this year.
And then next year we'll look back and be like, you idiots.
That would be good,
Us,
though.
by the way, not you.
All right. So, oh wait, what is the next one? The next one will be there's two more. So, best movie is going to be last.
Yep. So it'll be movies that we haven't seen yet, which will be nice and fast.
That one should be pretty fast. We'll explain that one when we get to it. So, until then,
check out our 2019 movie series and give your pet a pat from me. Not your pat a pet. Just go.
Give yourself a pat from me.
Just fucking